Hello, so today we're going to be flying the H160 from Solent up to Oxford, and we're in Navigraph right now. I'm just going to show you. So we're taking off here from Solent, get above 2,000 feet, and then we want to kind of circle or hold in this area until we get clearance basically to go through the Solent sector. Once we get clearance, we'll obviously follow them through this, and we're going to be routing hopefully from Calshot Beach across up and exiting up at Bullington Cross. So hopefully we can go direct, but it's possible due to traffic we might have to kind of go around this airspace, or we might have to be routed inside the airspace. Once we're outside of this airspace, we're going to stay around 2,000 feet all the way up here, up past Didcot, eventually to Oxford, and then we're going to go up to here by the junction, and then we're going to enter into this helicopter area, come down here, and then land in the helicopter north. So as you'll notice, I'm going to speed up parts of this video because I'm sure you guys don't have all the time to sit through a 40 to 50 minute flight, but what I kind of just wanted to do was kind of explain my thought process behind what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So we've just taken off here from Solent. Weather is looking good. We are complete VFR, just switching off the landing lights there, and what I'm going to do is just stay outside of controlled airspace, but when we get a little bit closer I'm going to contact Solent and basically request a zone transit through the Class D airspace. So right now I have entered almost a hover, we're going just above 30 knots forward, but I'm now going to contact Solent Control. Solent Radar, Helicopter Golf Echo Romeo Juliet Whiskey requesting zone transit.
Station calling Solent, state the call sign only.
Golf Echo Romeo Juliet Whiskey.
Golf Echo Romeo Juliet Whiskey, Solent Radar, hello to you. It'll be a basic service outside, just report your position.
Roger on the basic service, we are just to southeast of the control zone, we've just taken off from Echo Golf Hotel Foxtrot.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, roger, I haven't actually got you on my screen yet, bear with me 2 seconds.
So we just did our initial contact with the controller, and he doesn't actually see us on his radar, and this is because I'm used to flying fixed wings, and it's because I'm in a helicopter, I'm not going fast enough to actually show up on the radar. So I didn't actually realise this at the time, but just something worth noting if you're flying on Vatsim.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, I don't think I can see you, you must be in a hover. If you could just move forward so I can correlate your track.
Yeah, roger, yeah, we're currently hovering. I'll just move forward a little bit so you can see us. Golf Juliet Whiskey.
Cheers. And just to confirm, is it east to west transit?
Yeah, so we're at type H160. We're looking for a zone transit from the southeast to the northwest. So we're looking for a VRP Calshot Beach and exiting at Bullington Cross if possible.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
I moved the helicopter out of a hover in the hopes that the radar controller can actually see me this time. And Golf Juliet Whiskey, we're currently doing 80 knots, not sure if you can see us, but we're remaining outside of controlled airspace for now.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, I've got you now, thank you, bear with me 2 seconds.
So just some things to note is that when you're outside of airspace, it can take a while to actually get approval for the transit. So in this case, I'm just kind of like circling around until we actually get the clearance. We've been enabled basic service, which is just basically giving us information, but it doesn't provide any traffic separation from other aircraft. So we must maintain our visual and our situational awareness.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, claim to enter the Southampton control zone from the east, still about 1,500 feet on the QNH of 965.
It's into the controlled airspace, not above 1,500 feet, QNH 965 for Golf Juliet Whiskey.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, if you could just call 7017 when you're able and report entering the zone from the east.
After getting our squawk information and entering into the helicopter, we're now just ascending to 1,500 as the controller mentioned not to go above that. So once we do that, we will enter the control zone. So just getting the helicopter up into the state where we can actually enter our first VRP, which stands for Visual Reference Point. And what we will do is just contact the controller to let them know we're entering. Silent radar, Golf Juliet Whiskey just reporting we're passing Calshot Beach and we're going direct to Bulletin Cross, so just entering airspace now. Golf Juliet Whiskey.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, roger. Just confirm, which VRP are you heading to now?
We're currently heading directly to Bulletin Cross, Golf Juliet Whiskey.
Roger.
So we're now actually inside the airspace, and we're heading just directly to the next VRP point we've been assigned to.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, I do have an inbound, so they're going to be on a left downwind. Would you mind passing west of Southampton en route to Bullington?
Yeah, we'll pass west of Southampton en route, there's no problem. Golf Juliet Whiskey.
Cheers, much obliged.
So there's an inbound traffic coming into Southampton, and this is very common when doing zone transits that you'll have to avoid RFI traffic. He has asked us to go west of Southampton, which is absolutely fine, but it's important to understand and have your situational awareness so you're aware of the traffic around you, and you're also aware of how to get kind of west of certain areas or any direction really. So we're just kind of going west of Southampton, and then what I usually do is when we've had like this deviation is once we have gone west of it, just to let the controller know that we're now going direct to the next visual reference point. This just kind of helps him know what we're actually doing inside his airspace. Golf Juliet Whiskey, we're just heading now direct to Bonington Cross, we're just west of Southampton.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, roger, thank you.
So we're now heading directly to the next VRP point. It is quite common to get these traffic advisories like this.
Blue Island 208, traffic you may see on your approach is a private helicopter routing north within the CTR. It's not going to be a factor. No, we'll keep an eye on that helicopter. Alright. Golf Juliet Whiskey, same to you. What you see shortly is ATR on a base for runway 20.
Yeah, Roger, I actually see the ATR. Have a nice landing, Mr. ATR. Golf Juliet Whiskey.
You enjoyed the shiny helicopter, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. So generally a very wholesome interaction with that ATR pilot there, which was quite funny. So at the moment we're just heading to the exit point of the VRP now. So we're heading there directly, and what we'll do is just as we pass that VRP, is just to let the controller know we're exiting his airspace. And Golf Juliet Whiskey, we're just about to pass Bullington Cross, just leaving Air Class D now.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, roger, it's basic service outside.
Basic service outside, Golf Juliet Whiskey, thank you. So now we're outside of his airspace, and he's given us a basic service which will give us some certain information, but like I say, won't give us traffic separation. And then what we can do is at any point now outside the airspace is request a frequency change back to Unicom. And so ready, Golf Juliet Whiskey, frequency change, thank you so much.
Golf Juliet Whiskey, no worries at all, you can squawk on security and free-call en route, my service terminates, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So now we're completely back on Unicom and just kind of following the basic Vatsim Unicom rules. But it's worth noting we could have stayed on the basic service for a certain amount of time, and this can be quite useful just to monitor any traffic coming in and out of the Southampton area. But also it will give us kind of general traffic information like we had earlier. And also it can help with different information, but obviously the controller doesn't give us any specific clearances or instructions, and doesn't provide us with any initial separation from other traffic. So that kind of call I just did there, which you heard really kind of quickly, is just me alerting Oxford now as we're on Unicom. I was there inbound. So interestingly, there was a little bit of a cloud over over at actual Oxford itself. And again, I just did another call just to say we're coming inbound on the helicopter route from the east. So kind of just setting up the helicopter now for our landing as we approach. This kind of cloud does cause a problem in VFR. It's actually just a lot of rain. So just trying to go around it a little bit, but we picked up a little bit of the rain. And we're just coming inbound now on the main helicopter route. And I was just kind of coming inside the actual ATZ at this stage. So just slow down the footage here as we come into Oxford. So there's two helicopter lanes. There's one to the east and there's one to the west, and we're coming from the east to the west towards Oxford. I do notice there's a little Piper on the taxiway there. I hadn't actually heard any calls from this Piper at this point, so I wasn't entirely sure what his intentions was, and I couldn't actually see if he was heading towards me or if he was heading towards the runway. But as I got closer, it's clear that he was intending to actually take off, but my plan wasn't to overfly the taxiway until that point. So there was a very faint call there from the Piper pilot, who said that his intentions was actually to take off. So my plan at this stage was still on the published helicopter kind of line coming into the helicopter parking, but I was just going to hold back until it was clear what this Piper was actually going to do. And I think that's a very important point about VFR flying, is that you're not going to always have that traffic separation. We get the TCAS alert there from the Piper lining up. But you're not always going to have that traffic separation, and you really do have to be aware. And some pilots on Vatsim aren't going to be doing things perfectly, myself included. So, you know, giving people space and sort of trying to avoid any kind of close areas.
Juliet was he's just inside the airfield perimeter now, just descending onto the helicopter area. Not going to have this traffic on site on the runway. We were not going to overpass that. Golf Juliet Whiskey.
So I just wanted to make it clear to the Piper that he was able to take off, and I'm not going to kind of encourage. And I decided to stay behind this taxi line until he was actually taking off, because I didn't really want to go and try and land this helicopter if he was trying to take off, because he might wrongly believe that I was going to go over the runway, and he might have aborted his takeoff. So just before I give him a little bit of time and space.
Taking a runway 19 right hand turn for exit.
So the Piper just said he's going to take off on runway 19 and do a right hand circuit, which is absolutely perfect, because that is the published procedure here. So there shouldn't be any conflict between me and him anyway, because I'm way below pattern altitude. But I just wait until he's taken off before I kind of approach the helicopter parking area here. This was one of my first flights in this helicopter, and I wasn't 100% used to kind of the landing process here, so it did take us a little bit of time to actually get a landing, and it's not the most perfect landing, but you know, all in time we will improve with the landing here.
Right on traffic, that's not 42 Juliet, happy to runway 85, right on traffic.
Oxford traffic, Golf Juliet Whiskey, touchdown on heli area north parking, Golf Juliet Whiskey, Oxford traffic.
I wanna grow old with you. our dreams come true. With you I feel brand new, 'cause I don't get old loving you, 'cause I don't